Hello everybody, welcome back to Rough Around the Edges. How are you doing today? Good, I hope. Thanks for joining me. Today I have an idea. I figured it wouldn't be rough around the edges if I didn't throw that in there. I have an idea. We all do. Okay, so here, I'm just gonna wing it today. By winging it, or me saying I'm gonna wing it, there's no pun intended, but you're like, pun intended? What's the pun? Well, the pun is fairy wings. I'm thinking that I'm going to name this episode, There's a Fairy in My Window. Yeah, there's a fairy in my window. Have you ever had a fairy in your window? Yeah, me neither. And I am going to use a square coaster mold, a hexagon coaster mold, and a circle coaster mold. Mold. I want to pour a blue colored sky in each one of these and then create a beautiful piece of art that can be hung in the window. Hence, the name of today's show, There's a Fairy in My Window. So, I'm going to put you on a pause right now. Wrangle with a pair of blue gloves, mix up some resin, and bring you back for the pour. See you in a little bit. So I have 6 ounces total, equal parts, right here in my cup. I'm closing out with the mixing process because I didn't think you would really want to see me sit here and mix for a number of minutes. Looks clear. I see some tiny bubbles. But what I need to do, because there's such a lot in here, is go ahead and separate them like this. There we go. And then if I don't have equal, can always borrow. I know my hand's kind of blocking the way, but you get the idea, right? Finish this off. Scrape my cup real good. Good to the last drop. There we go. And set you right on over here. Now, these 2 coasters, the circle and the hexagon, they have a lip around the edges, so when you flip them, you'll have a lip, because they're meant to be coasters. This one doesn't. It's obvious square, but it's meant to be a coaster too. But these are going to hold a lot more. The circle and the hexagon, they're going to hold a lot more than the square because of that lip that I was just talking about. I'm a steal, and I'm not a thief for the most part, but right now I am. I'm stealing resin. Sorry. I broke one of the 10 commandments. You can sit right there with my flash cure piece from the last episode. Now what I have here, I have a blue alcohol ink and a teal alcohol ink. These bottles are so messy. It's okay. Welcome to the resin world. This is sailboat blue and this is stream blue alcohol inks. And I want to create 3 different shades. But I still want them to be cohesive.
Paris, oh Paris, Paris, oh Paris, Paris, glisse au Paris, douce mélodie, ville d'amour et de poésie.
Let's get this one poured into the circle. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow, that is really pretty. I better get moving. I can already feel this one warming up. I don't want to go all the way up. I mean, up to the top. Let me make sure I'm clear when explaining stuff, because I'm probably going to want to do the top layer once actually, I don't know, because I don't know the full plan yet. Started talking before I started thinking. But that's nothing new underneath the sun, right? Okay. That's so pretty. That is such a pretty color. Alright. Let's set you right on over here. Or in my world, cheer. Let's put you right there. Alright. I need to do this real quick. Alright, pop your little bubble. Get your hiney out of there. Alright. Mix up this and get a good gander at it and see what we've got. Improper English is so much fun. And who says what's proper and improper? Okay, that's gonna be a lighter teal color. I think I'm gonna drop in an extra 2 of the sailboat blue. I'm a poet, and now you know it. And that's probably too much shimmer. But you know what? Who cares? I'm doing it. I was about to take some out and add it to my last cut, but nope. I think I'm gonna drop this one, or sorry, pour this one into my hexagon. I see a little hair in there, and you need to just get right on out of there. Get right on out of there, little hair. Alright, that's pretty. It's more of a teal than a blue. Oh, I just gave myself an idea. I have an idea. You're going to hear that a lot. Yeah. Wish I wouldn't have dropped so much teal. It's okay though. Yep, this is already getting warm. And this isn't even a quick cure. This is just like your basic. Probably because I live in Florida. It's not like it's super hot in here. At least not to me anyway. Someone from Alaska might think so. Yeah, I'm gonna add some extra blue. It's this blue every time I open it. Wants to create splatter paint art on my fresh paper towel. We'll go for it, sailboat blue. I better get this in there quick, because I need to have time to make sure I have no bubbles, especially along the edges. How does this look? I think I just need a tad in here. Just a little tap tap. There goes the fairy dust. Perfect timing, huh? For this video. Geez, Manetti, that lid didn't want to go back on. It was hollering at me. Add some more sparkle. Add some more shine. Sorry, your bottle says a little goes a long way. I just always want to make sure that I get a... Ooh, it's warming up in my hand, sorry. get the sides and the bottom. I need to get this in here. There we go. Right. Yeah. Okay. I wanted a much different variations in the colors. But you know what? At this point, I still think they're going to be beautiful. I could go back in and drop some alcohol ink on top and see what that does. But right now I'm worried about making sure we don't get another quick cure. Okay. You can sit right on here with my silicone mixing tool. Y'all play nice. I know one of yous would and want to use silicone, but you can still be buddies. Alright, this is the one that because I don't know which stickers I'm using yet, but oh my gosh. I spilled some. Oh well, it's not a big spill. See? Thought it was worse than it really was. I'm going to add some blue, dark, because this is going to be the one sitting in the moon. So I want a darker nighttime sky. Come back over here and play again, little wooden popsicle stick. That's kind of cool looking, knowing it's not going to stay this way. Because we all know resin has a mind of its own. It's the disobedient child in the family that sometimes shows you a whole lot of love you weren't expecting and is always leaving you guessing. But we love it. Just like when our kids are disobedient. We don't stop loving them. That's the time to love them more, believe it or not. There. That's pretty. Okay, I just want to go around. It's already thickening up. What the world? That's quick. I mean, it's not like I'm using a different resin. It's the same thing I've used, well, always. I think. I don't want to speak and not tell the truth. Alright. You sit right on up there and keep on keeping on. Do I see any bubbles in here? I don't think so. But they'll surprise you. No? I don't want to fool with it now. I don't really see anything in this hexagon either. How many times have I said that? Alright. Now, they're already starting to get warm and cure. So I'm going to remove my gloves and tell you that once they cure, I'll be back. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody. Okay, we're back. These are fully cured and I'm looking at it, and if I'm completely honest with you and myself, this is not the color I was going for. This is more like an ocean color, but I was going for more of a sky color. But you know what? Sometimes accidents end up being beautiful things. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to embrace my happy accident, as Bob Ross would put it. A little happy accident. Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. Not that there's much to see, but I just want to include everybody as much as possible. You know, it's not so teal once I took it out of the mold. So it's still pretty. It's really pretty. Let's see this one. This one's got a little extra sparkle in it. It's our hexagon. Can you see that? No, you can't really see this. Yeah, you can. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be as sparkly on the camera as it is to me, but you can still see that. Okay. And now our square. All right. Unmolded. You love it, don't you? Admit it. Playing the drums on coaster molds. That's a talent within itself. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, the first one I'm going to work with is the fairy and the moon. I don't want any of the words or stars. If I decide to use them, I will, but as of right now, I don't want it. But I will save this, the word that says believe in the stars. I will definitely save this. You can sit right on over there. Okay. Sorry if I was just out of camera shot. No, I knew I'd do this. I get too detailed, knowing that I don't have to. I think a lot of us do that though. Just in life in general. Alright, here's my garbage bag. There you go. Now let's see how this is gonna fit. Okay. There we go. Now we're gonna have to do, wait, let me see. It depends on what type of sticker this is because I've worked with both. I just need to take a little from here. Sorry I keep pulling away from the camera. Will you fit now, Miss Thing? You gonna fit? Just barely. Why do your toes have to be so long? They have to be long because if they were any shorter, it would look weird. Alright, I'm going for it. Well, I'm gonna try to at least. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Did I really get you to fit? I did. I want to sing hallelujah right now. Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. You sat nicely right there. Okay, now which one do I want to use on... Not that one, so it's going to be... This one. Yeah. Okay, wait. Before I do that, I want to make sure I have the right side. Actually, go on either side. I'm going to choose that one. Let's do a little measuring. That's the best bet. Yeah. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have chosen something different. And I wouldn't have been a happy camper. But I still would have been a camper. I would have been a sad camper. Alright, I just took it too far. I hear you. I know. Should get a rough cut. Okay. This without chopping off your toes, because nobody wants a toeless fairy hanging around their window, right? Okay, I got an automatic line right here. And take off a good portion here. Just a tiny little bit to make sure I'm getting a good fit. Okay. All right. I took a star. It's just one. You know what? I'm going to just put you right back. You tried to be a comet instead of a star and take off from the sky. I'm not having it. You're just going to have to make your little self back up here with your brother. There we go. All right. Cool. You know what? I don't know what sometimes I'm thinking. I'm not. A lot of the time I'm not. That's the problem. You get hyper focused and you think you're thinking and you forget that the top clear portion comes off like I did with this lovely lady. Now, guess what? Guess what? I don't feel the need to put a resin top coat because I'm getting rid of that. Cool. So far, so good. Look at that. Yes. Yes. All right, now. Nah, I don't want to do that. What I don't want this, well, it won't fit anyways, but I am going to save the word believe, just like on the first one. Okay, you can join that right there. Now, do I want to, yeah, I definitely need to go. I'm going to have to piece this one together like a puzzle. And I don't even need to do this. Why am I doing this? All I need to do is get her on there, and then peel the clear off. There we go. Now, I think I'm going to have to separate that. And, oh wait, I want it to go this way so I have more working room. Okay, there's that. And I am going to cut right about here. Hopefully I didn't just make a big mistake. Doesn't look like I did. At least not yet. The night's not over. Alright? Let's do that. Okay. I can go back in and cut it. As long as I get this little beauty lined up. Alright. Good deal. Don't fight with me, mushroom. 'Cause I will win. Okay. Let me get down in here and cut this. And that. Alright. I'm just using this paint pen to get it good and set down. There we go. So far, so good. Yes, ma'am. You ready for hanging out with your mushroom? Good. Because I'm ready for you to hang out with it too. I am talking to a sticker. Kind of embarrassed to admit it, but it is what it is. I didn't even mean to stick it, but she landed beautifully. Yep, I didn't even mean to stick it there. It just decided that's where it was going to go. She decided she was going to go there. I'm okay with it. Good choice, Sticker Fairy. Haven't lost my mind yet. It may look like it sometimes. I broke her wing. Somebody call 911. Fairy down. Let's see if I can get this back on there. There we go. There we go. All right. We got this one, and this one. But we're not stopping there. We're not stopping there. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Next step. Did I say that kind of loud? Because I even sounded loud to myself. Next step. Let the blinging begin. beginning of this video, I said I was going to name this episode, There's a Fairy in My Window. Well, now there is. I've never had one visit before, but now I can say that I have. Anyhow, thank you for joining me today. I had a lot of fun and I hope you did too.